Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the solar eclipse that's happening in Aries on the 20th. This energy, of course, will last about like 6 months. So really, this set of eclipses is going to be like, the energy lasts until, I don't know, like October, I would say at least. So, you can expect to experience what we're going to talk about until that time. Of course, this is energy that you should be working with. And so, that's what we're going to talk about here. In your first row here, you have this options card, and it says many opportunities are becoming available to you. And this is showing up in the area of just like the general energy for the eclipse. Each row is going to represent something different, and we'll talk about that when I get to each row. But I do feel like you have a lot of options. You have the Two of Swords, which would kind of say you need to see these options. It also kind of like strikes me that it's the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords represents leaving a comfort zone, but there is like this, it's almost like there is this element of needing to be confident with this eclipse in the decisions that you make because it is happening in Aries. So, Aries is all about confidence and, being confident. So, I'm kind of like wondering if some of you, and sorry, I need to make sure that the computer doesn't turn off. There we go. So again, some of you, it's like, it could be that you have to be confident to like take some sort of risk to put yourself out there in business or, work to ask for like a raise or a promotion or something like that. It's like, that's what's like popping into my head here. Could also be in love as well. You have like a little bit of, you have pretty much everything showing up here. It actually looks really good. So, I'm not too worried about anything here is what I would say. And I do feel that this eclipse is going to be mostly positive for water signs just in general. So, I kind of like, do like it for you just in general as well. I do feel, again, like I said, for you in particular, Cancer, I do feel that this eclipse is kind of going to have a lot to do with your career or your standing in the world, like how you, the things that you work on in the world. Even if you're retired, it's like, even if you're retired, you are still working on things. You could be working on relationships, your daily routine, your health, like all that stuff, right? And so all of that is changing probably. You probably have a lot more options than you realize in any of those areas of your life, like relationships, career, friendships, things like that. And, I feel like this is encouraging you to leave some comfort zones. It's also popping into my head that it would be a good time for you, like if you're thinking about like taking a class or joining a group of people to do something, could be anything. I think now would be a really amazing time for you to do that. I feel like you could be finding just a lot of success in, being with other people, not even necessarily working with other people. Like, again, this could just be like a class that you're taking on, or it popped into my head, or it could be like a group about something that you're passionate about. I think that would be really good with this Two of Swords. I do feel like the Two of Swords, again, is, just looking at this, the Fool, it's like saying that there's something you need to take action on. And again, it is this eclipse is happening in Aries. So, it makes perfect sense to me that, a lot of you might need to kind of get moving here. You have the Nine of Pentacles as well. You are, like, I feel like you are very independent. Really good money card showing up here as well. I mean, and you have the Empress, which tells me that you're probably very focused on your abundance. Like I said, I kind of feel personally good about this eclipse for water signs in general. I think that, if you're doing anything new or, upgrading your skills in career, work, business, investments, whatever it is that you do, that there could be more money. And again, you have the Sudden Wealth card coming up next. So, it looks to me like some of you could be improving your finances. I also, I always say, not always, but sometimes I feel that the Nine of Pentacles has to do with your environment. You can see that there's a snail right here, and snails wear their homes on their back. And you have the Chariot and the Tower. Both those cards can represent a move or moving or changing, changing something, taking control to change something. And I kind of get that feeling here for you is that some of you, it's like you could be changing your environment by moving, or you could just be literally moving things around in your environment. And if you are doing that during this eclipse, I think it'll be very good for you. I always tell a story, like for years, I used to have an apartment and I could not sleep at this place at all. Then I moved my bed from like one side to the other, and I slept like a baby for the rest of the time that I was there. So it's like, you never know how changing your environment or moving things around could really, really help you, in all areas of your life, really, right? So let's see. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Hierophant. So I kind of feel like you are, it's kind of interesting. I feel like you are focused on commitments, but I'm not talking about just love here. I'm talking about your commitment to everything. I even think that some of you could be going through a period of time after this eclipse, like until October, where you could just be looking at things, and I feel like you're really trying to decide, like, before you just jump into something, like helping people or starting a business or whatever. I feel like you're kind of taking the time to say to yourself, will I actually commit to this? Will I see this through all the way to the end? You know, I think you're just being more sure of your commitments, which is a good thing. It's like, then you're not wasting your time on things that you don't want to commit to. And that's really, I don't know, that's what popped into my head. With the Two of Swords, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, your fortunes are changing, but you have to see it. You know, the Two of Swords, she's staying stuck where she has always been. And behind her is this new island. So I do get that energy here of needing to, it's like the whole paying attention thing. You know, they say that when you buy a car, for example, that you start seeing that car all over the place, right? Everybody owns that car after you buy it because your attention is on it. And, you know, I kind of feel that with the Two of Swords is that, you know, your attention is going to be very important. There are going to be plenty, you know, I keep saying that during Pluto and Aquarius, there will be plenty of bad things to focus on. But it's like, what is focusing on it doing other than making you worry, right? Probably nothing. So I would like change your focus because then you're going to change your fortunes. With the Nine of Pentacles, yes, you have the Chariot twice. Love it. You show up in a very strong position in this reading, you know, showing up as the major arcana version of yourself. And you also show up as a Queen of Cups. You know, this really puts you in a position of power and strength and success. So love it. Cancer, by the way, I didn't even notice this. You have divine counterparts right here, King and Queen of Cups. So you definitely could be attracting a water sign if you want love in your life. Next, we're going to be looking at the endings in your life, the things that will be ending at this time. You have this Thief card. It says loss, abandonment, disappearance, someone or something that is stealing from you, basically, or an energy vampire. This would be a good thing. I feel like you are cutting out a person who is a thief. You also have this sudden wealth card, so you could be cutting out poverty or just not having money that you need at this time. I actually do feel this is good. I don't think it's saying sudden wealth is ending. I feel like it's saying that you could be, you know, kind of increasing your resources through the work that you're doing. And again, it does look like a very positive financial reading just in general. You have the Chariot, the Fool, and the King of Pentacles. Why I have the word I have the word barrier popping into my head. It's almost like I see you standing in front of an ice wall. I would say if you're interested in a person, you might be looking at a person where you're not sure. You know, I don't think this person is ice. I think that, you know, that's just how it's popping into my crazy head. But, you know, what I would say here is I feel like you're just like maybe looking at this person and you're saying like, can I break this? How do I break the ice? Right? So I feel like some of you could be in that kind of energy with a person. I feel like this is a very open person. How funny is that you have this and you have this polar bear right here on this leg up card. So, you know, more about breaking the ice, right? So what I would say is I do feel this is saying like take control and, you know, don't be afraid to make a move. The other thing I'm getting is that clearly some of you could be moving. So, you know, an ending that could be coming in for you over the next 6 months is a move, basically, that you could be making during this eclipse season. Definitely a new beginning with the Fool card. So, you know, I love the Fool, especially, you know, especially in a reading about an eclipse. I mean, like, amazing. You know, there could be clearly some sort of new beginning. You're kind of letting go of one thing and starting something new. This could be companionship. You know, he has this dog right here, which represents companionship. And so there could be like a new companion. That could be the new beginning. Could be a pet, could be a person, could be whatever. I also feel like you're just ready for new things. I think you've done a lot of thinking in general. We go up to this Hangman. So the Hangman says you've made a lot of sacrifices. Maybe you've sacrificed time or you've sacrificed some resources to gain enlightenment. You know, again, he sacrifices those things to gain knowledge and wisdom. He's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom. So it's like you've made some sacrifices, but I feel like it will be worth it. It is worth it. I feel like this eclipse could be showing you how, you know, the sacrifices you've made over the years are adding up to something, which I'm pretty sure one of your last readings, I basically said the same thing. You have the King of Pentacles. Again, if you're attracting love, I love the King of Pentacles for love. To me, he's a person who kind of like wants something forever. He wants to be in something permanent, very stable. Could be a Taurus as well, obviously, but you have Taurus twice here. It could be any sign, general reading. I do feel like it's someone who's very stable, just in general. I also feel that you are very focused on stability, creating stability. I feel like you are like creating longer term things. You don't want to just build a business and have it disappear overnight, for example. I think you're in it. You're looking for things that you can commit to, like I said, with the Hierophant. And Hierophant, Taurus. So some of you definitely could be dealing with a Taurus. With the Chariot card, you have the Emperor. There you go. Divine counterparts right here. So definitely a victory. I do feel like you could be attracting a person from a distance. It could shake up your life a little bit with the Tower. I feel like if I actually feel that Tower is saying that not only will they shake up your life, you'll shake up their life as well. Doesn't have to be a bad thing. I would say that, to me, the Tower, it happens for a reason. It's getting reduced to a foundation. If you both have built certain things up in your life, but if someone has to move, for example, or if you marry a person, I think people don't realize that, like, marrying a person, moving in with a person, that is a Tower moment. You are collapsing a system that existed, and you're creating a new one with two people together. Tower. So, to me, this could just be two people coming together. With the Fool, you have the Queen of Cups. You have the Queen of Cups twice going this way to the Star. I feel like, as always, Queen of Cups, she's really focused on that cup that she's holding on to. She's really focusing on kind of like manifesting a dream or something that she wants to manifest with the Star card. There's like some sort of something that could be very successful with the Star card. So, it could be like something that leads to abundance or success in her life. But also she's focusing on her heart, that trophy, the cup really that she's holding. It kind of represents something that makes her feel fulfilled. And the Star would say focus on that. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Death card. Some of you could be ending a relationship with a Taurus. That could be the other thing that's going on here as well. Or it could just be an earth sign, someone that you thought you would be together with. So again, some of you, maybe I kind of feel like you already have had the Tower moment. To me, this is saying that the breakup has already happened, going this way, but you have the Death card. But what I would say is that even if this has already happened, eclipses, I think, are good for really kind of releasing the energy, really letting it go. So, this could say that you're just transforming past it. Next, what are we looking at? Oh, yeah. Any new beginnings that you could be having. You have this card that says, when you're happy, achieving true independence, content, content. Not looking auspicious. Only you can save yourself. Yes. I mean, that's the name of the game for like the next 20 years is that only we can save ourselves. No one in the government, no one, Mark Zuckerberg, none of those people can save us. We have to save ourselves. I keep saying that, really, I believe Pluto and Aquarius is all about third place solutions. If you notice in the world, everything is like this side, that side, and not a statement on politics or anything, but really, again, I believe Pluto and Aquarius, the true solutions, the things that actually work, are going to be like somewhere up here, a third place, something different. And they're probably going to come from us, individuals. Again, not people in the government or anything like that. So, if you have any crazy ideas, like literally, I keep telling people these ideas could make you rich, successful, famous, all those things, but for the right reasons. Obviously, if you come up with like a third place solution that's really good, that changes the world, that is going to benefit a lot of other people. And here we go, right here, Star. Star is Pluto. Star is Aquarius, but we have Pluto and Aquarius. And I keep telling people that Pluto and Aquarius is all about inspiring other people. So if you can do that, not only will you find success, but you'll also just be creating a lot of positive energy in the world, which is going to come back to you tenfold. So that's amazing. I do also feel this is something you have to focus on. I was trying to say that with the Queen of Cups twice coming down in that diagonal. The Star is like having a North Star, having something that is like bigger than you that you work towards, like a goal, a wish, a dream. But really, it could be like more of like a mantra or, some sort of change that you would like to see in the world. And, I think focusing on it and putting in the work to make it happen is going to have you, reaching King of Cups status. You have the High Priestess. Some of you could be attracting a Pisces for sure. I would say, it's interesting because Pisces had a very similar setup, I will say. They had this. They also had the Tower. And I said to Pisces that they could be attracting a person that also had a Tower moment or, was left out in the cold, basically, was what I was feeling in their reading. I kind of feel the same thing here. Again, I would be careful. It's like, I do think this could be an amazing relationship, but I always tell people to like, if you know that to be the case, if you know that they were hurt, but you were also hurt in the past, I don't think you have to like talk about this until the cows come home, right? You don't have to talk about this with this person all day long, but I would make sure you're opening up. I would make sure that you're communicating and make sure that you're not creating a future tower moment by being closed off, for example, right? And if they're being closed off, I would communicate because, again, this looks like a very good connection that's coming in for you, but I would communicate if you notice that they're being closed off because I think they'll be like, oh, why am I being closed off? And they'll probably open up, right? But if they don't, then obviously that could be a problem. You have the Hangman here, again, Pisces, but really I feel this is your energy. I feel like you've gained some enlightenment in your life. It's like you've gained I almost feel like you've gained a new understanding about your place in the world, but this could be about like sacrifices you've made. You've made some sacrifices over the years. Can we get some clarity? With the Hangman, you have the Seven of Cups. Yes, now you have to take action. It's like you've been dreaming about manifesting something. Again, I always say Seven of Cups is like up here. It exists, in the clouds on the Seven of Cups. And he needs to manifest those 7 cups down on earth. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about kind of like manifesting some sort of desire you have, some sort of dream life. But the Hangman says it's time to get off the pole. It's time to start taking action. With the High Priestess, yeah, you have the 10 of Cups. Again, if this is a Pisces or a person with Pisces in their chart, could be any sign. You have basically everything here. Then I would say this is like a forever person. 10 of Cups is happy home, happy family, dream life, a lot of happiness here with the 10 of Cups. So I definitely like that. I also feel if you don't want love or if you already have it, that this could be, or just for all of you, 10 of Cups is your happily ever after. That 7 of Cups is also kind of like your happily ever after, but again, you have to bring it down to earth to experience the happily ever after. With the Star, you have the 8 of Cups. Yep, walking away from things that no longer serve you. I would definitely take some time to heal if you have had a tower moment, and that's pretty much all I'm getting there, so I would take some time to heal. Next, we're going to be looking at your next major change that you could be experiencing because of the eclipse. You have this Compassion card, and you also have this Observer card. How crazy is that? I was getting something, at the beginning of the reading there, I was talking about like what you pay attention to being important. So it's almost as if you have a choice on like what you observe, and I would be careful of the things that you are observing. It's like you can observe all the miserable things that are happening in your life, or you can start looking for the small things. Again, I always tell people my life was miserable years ago, horrible, and I was a big stinking thinker. The one thing I changed is I just started looking for reasons to be happy, grateful, and there's tons of them, roof over my head, all this other stuff, right? Could be much worse, right? So it doesn't matter. And again, I have a lot of whiners that leave comments, about me talking positively. And those people always give me these examples where they talk about how horrible their life is. And it's really never that bad. So, I look at those people as whiners anyway, and I would just focus on the positive here because I think what you observe is what you're going to get. Clearly, there is a big change coming in for you. You have the Tower. Again, towers don't have to be that big of a deal. I have a feeling that everyone is going to get the Tower. You had it. Pisces had it. I've only done 2 readings so far. So, just a sign of the times. And of course, it's an eclipse, which, eclipses are fate and can bring about fated events. So it doesn't really surprise me that there could be some tower moments going on in the world. But I also feel like you could be moving. As I said, Chariot twice in your reading, plus a tower. Some of you could be making a move. I also feel you could be attracting a person where, like I said, it's like the 2 of you, it does create a tower, but it's not like a bad tower. It's just more, I think it's talking about the reinvention. And sometimes these things are a little bit uncomfortable. It's like if you move in with a person, for example, over time, I'm not saying this is going to happen today. I'm just saying over time, this could be the thing that is causing a tower moment. It's like you have to get used to having a person in your personal space or whatever, right? It's like good, but maybe some challenges along the way. And I kind of feel like this reading is saying you can easily work through it. Here you go. 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles is material success on the horizon, but I also feel like it's saying if you put the work in, you're going to be very successful. I do also feel there is clearly a financial change going on in this reading. It looks like a good financial change. I would encourage you to leave financial comfort zones. I'm not talking about like gambling here or taking unnecessary risk with your finances, but I would encourage anything you can do to upgrade your skills. For example, 8 of Pentacles is an amazing card for getting a new certification, for getting a raise or promotion, but really you have to ask for it with the 8 of Pentacles, especially also with the astrology. So I think now would be the time. You could be promoting yourself as well because you have the Star and the Empress. These are 2 amazing cards for getting attention promoting yourself or doing something to stand out. So if you have a business, you might be like advertising or starting social media campaigns or whatever it is that you do. I think now would be the time to get that started. Clearly, with the Tower, you have the Hangman. This Hangman is very interesting. This is the White Sage Tarot, and you can see that it is a caterpillar. And, caterpillars do go through a tower moment. They have to turn into caterpillar soup before they turn into the butterfly. So you could be going through, an intense transformation at this time, but I would say this is a positive transformation for sure. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Four Swords. A lot of you are hoping and praying for blessings. Like there's some sort of blessing or something you see as a blessing, or something that you see that could be a blessing that could be coming in for your life. So, I do feel there are blessings coming in here. It looks nice. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, you have the King of Pentacles twice. I thought so. And the King of Pentacles, again, in love, is a person who really wants something permanent. So, I feel like you could be attracting a permanent connection. Also, amazing for your finances. But what I would say is he is the card of convention. I'm not a big fan of convention because of Pluto and Aquarius. I encourage people right now to, like, 80% of the time, do what works, kind of like the 80-20 rule, but it's a little different because, in work, in business, even if you're retired with your finances, 80% of the time, do what works. And then 20% of the time, I would take tiny little risks or, try something new to maybe increase your finances or to make more money or to learn a new skill, right? Just like a little bit, because the people that do that are not going to be stuck. I used to call this card Blockbuster. It's like Blockbuster used to be able to go rent videos. They had an opportunity to buy Netflix and they didn't. And now, Blockbuster has gone the way of the dinosaur. So, I feel for a lot of you, this could be saying update your skills so that you don't go extinct. Finally, we are going to look at what you could be manifesting right now. You have this leg up card, so I do feel you could be manifesting like an upgrade in your life. If this is a relationship, I feel like it's a big upgrade. This could also be a relationship in the sense that it's a business relationship. So again, does not have to be love. I feel like this could also be your relationship to your environment. I would actually suggest, based off this reading, if I were you, Cancer, I would be making some sort of change to your environment, whether that's like cleaning your room, rearranging your office, changing your office in some way, changing something, like wherever you want to feel comfortable. I think that could help you manifest success and give you a leg up. It could give you like a little bit of an edge as well. You have the King of Cups, the Empress, and the Page of Swords. I do feel like you could be attracting a person who is like a King of Cups type person, very deep emotions, but very stable as well. Probably someone who doesn't worry too much about what's going on around them. You can see he's sitting in these choppy waters. I always say that, to me, the King of Cups, it makes sense. The King of Cups comes up for basically everyone. I don't think it even has to be a water sign. I think it could be any sign because, again, everybody gets him. And I always say that. I think the reason the King of Cups keeps coming up is it's more of like an archetype right now. And this is the type of like we're entering into a time of chaos, especially until like 2033 at least. But I would say probably it'll chill out after that. And this isn't like bad chaos, but I think there will be crazy things that we see going on in the world. And this is the type of person who does not freak out, who is perfectly calm, who knows how to take advantage of the energy and like all that other good stuff. So to me, naturally, a secure person like that would be more attractive during these times. And you could be attracting that type of person. I do feel like you're very attractive at this time, Cancer. So, I would definitely say put yourself out there. I also feel like you're attracting a lot of abundance. So I do get a very abundant feeling off of this Empress energy. So love it. You also have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a card of curiosity, and I feel like anything that you're interested in, I always say that, especially in this area of your reading where it's like what you could manifest right now, I would say that if you're interested in some sort of mystery, or if all of a sudden you become interested in like a new type of job or something, I would look into it, because I feel that he's like the detective of the tarot. He kind of like really looks into things that just simply because he's interested in them, and he kind of learns the ins and the outs. And there's been kind of this just like a little bit of a theme here, a little bit of a thread running through your reading that kind of says, educate yourself in some way, or, get some sort of certification. So if you're thinking about doing that in work, I feel it'll be very successful. Yep, with the King of Cups, you have the Strength card. This person's probably very strong. I would say this person stands out as well if you're attracting love. They could get a lot of attention. Just going this way, you have the Star. They could be a very hard worker as well with the Eight of Pentacles, but, I kind of feel like they get a lot of attention regardless. The Strength card, normally the lady has her hands in a lion's mouth, and it kind of is like, who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? And so naturally, she would get a lot of attention for sticking her hands in a lion's mouth. But really, the Strength card is about working on yourself. She's working on herself day in, day out. So this could be a person who's done a lot of work on themselves, and that's why they don't worry about anything. With the Empress card, you have the Judgment card. Love it. Pisces also have this right here. Judgment and the Tower together, I consider to be the most powerful combination in the tarot. To me, it represents a major wake-up call, a major revelation. So a lot of you could be having some sort of major wake-up call here. And with the Page of Swords, you have the Page of Wands. Yep. Whatever you become interested in, I would move in that direction. Page of Wands is about desire and enthusiasm. He does things simply because he feels enthusiastic about it. And that's just it. So I would say anything you feel enthusiastic or excited about, I would move in that direction. And that's that. So thank you for being here, Cancer. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy the eclipse.